Welcome back. Uriel Zahriel here, welcomes you back to Dark Sorcery. If you haven't before, please like and subscribe, leave a comment below. Sorry I haven't been on here in a little while. I've been really busy with other occurring projects, and seems like our world is just going crazy as well. But anyways, today to give you a short little lesson on stone in your practice, and much more, not really in your practice, but how to apply stone into your altar, more or less your primal altar. Something we haven't discussed, but I think it's something very much that needs to be discussed. You know, many people look at stones and use stones as a grounding effect, and it's very useful that, but it's also used for storing information, and you can also use it for trapping information too, not for, I'm trying to think, my brain just went blank. You can use it for actually trapping bad things and as well as good energy. This video is not about trapping negative things. This is about using stone in your altar in which to embody and trapping good energy and vibrations from your rites for future rites. And it's pretty much your vibe attracts your tribe. It's pretty much a slogan I pretty much apply to much of my life, and I use this and say this wherever I usually go. But honestly, by incorporating stone in your altar, by just being in the presence of your altar, wherever that may be, even, you know, outside or inside. This is more or less geared to be inside your house, because obviously if you're outside your house, you can stack up stones or have a stone altar outside, a slab, a rock, or what have you. Now, if you're trying to wonder how you're going to get a slab of rock on top of your dresser or nightstand or bookshelf or what have you in your house, some ideas you may want to entertain is you could literally go to your local home improvement store and go to the tile section or the actual lawn and garden section and get slate tiles or marble tiles. Or another aspect to do this, to accomplish this, is you could go to like Ross or some of your secondhand stores, such as Goodwill or thrift stores. These I actually are from my actual personal altar. This one here is slate, and then this one here is actually I believe it was originally a cheese cutting board I got from Ross. And every now and then I draw different things on this one as well, depending on what I'm working on. But I use them both conjunction, as I usually use in my work as above, so below, pretty much that paradigm. So that's why I have the two in the two different distinctive colors, not as a black versus white anything. It just happened to work out that way, and it was cheap. But these are some aspects that you can do. But what I love about stone is it has memory, just like our own personal minds. It's like a primal sponge. You know, if you ever meditated with a rock, you'll find that rock will talk to you. Obviously, it's not going to have lips on it. It's going to start, blah, 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 you know, to you. But in a telepathic, spiritual sense, it will talk to you. It will tell you where it's been. It may even show you images of where it's been. It has a memory to it. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen to every particular person. Some people are more open and susceptible to this than others. More, unless you're empaths, they're really susceptible to this. But, you know, it depends on, it's like with all spiritual gifts, you have to develop a lot of these things. You have to really, really meditate and look within and develop these skills. This is why I'm like being a dead horse. I always sit there in all of my videos I really instill the fact that you have to look within. You have to. I get so many questions in a day on all my accounts. Do I have to meditate? Do I have to do this? And honestly, yes, you do. And that's where, in this path, it truly, truly separates those that truly are wanting to seek and those that are just, no offense, they're just those that are just here to pretend, and they're just here for a time. And they're not wanting, they just want the quick fix and the attention of, hey, you know, this looks cool and I want it to be cool, but you know, they don't want to put the work in. The meditation right there is where the tires, honest to God, hit the road, because I have to, in order to maintain a grand, sometimes I'll be honest, because I am a human being, and I have to a adult. I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about. Adulting is not easy all the times, and depending on what your schedule is and what you have going on in your life and your lifestyles, you have to do that first sometimes. I completely understand that. And some days, I may only get maybe 5 or 10 minutes of meditation. But other days, I try to overcompensate and make up for that when I can. This is also why I also say you must change your perceptions to everything. Otherwise, it will become a deception. This is what's, I feel, a huge problem with the LHP. Monumental problem. We as practitioners, there are a few that are true seekers in telling truth. And then there's others within this field and craft that are just simply along for the glitz and the glamour, and they just sit there and want to keep perpetuating the typical, stereotypical bullshit and lies. And I don't play anybody's rules or game. I think that's pretty evident. Nor do I care. Either you like me or you fucking hate me. I cannot be ruled and manipulated. But I'm getting off topic. Go figure, right? But anyways, back to rocks. But if you don't have access to that, you can always amplify your work with rocks, such as crystals. If you have a candle working going on, you can amplify that energy with crystals. And I'm not going to break down all the symbology of each and every different type of crystal, because I'll be here for the rest of the 2020, because that list is limitless. But I am going to tell you, invest in a good rock, metaphysical rock dictionary that would give you such advice, and learn what those different minerals and rocks do, because there is a definite memory and energy with them. And even personally, I have seen this on a whole separate level outside of the occult. Sorry for bumping my camera. But honestly, in that field is PTSD. Even in PTSD, I have soldiers, veterans, reutilize rocks to get through stressful situations. I'm not here to go down that lane. Sorry. But that is also another paradigm that you can use rocks in, is actual trauma therapy. It is an actual behavioral health thing. It's real. I'm just putting it out there. It is a real thing with clinical results. But it would behoove you as an occultist. This is why I say broaden your perspectives to all things and don't be so narrow-minded to the one little point on the paper. Learn multitude of avenues to your approach, especially when you're working on something, because you can sit there and have a multitude of ways to approach your target, if you understand what I'm talking about. So instead of just lighting a candle or have a poppet or a jar or anything, you're now hitting that target from a multitude and a plethora of angles. I'm not going to discuss all those angles. However, I am giving you a little nugget of a perspective to broaden your path, in which you can broaden your perspective and educate yourself in your path to help you become a better you and better your practice and amplify your work in your work and your practice and get results. Continue to look in you, make you better in your work. Please like and subscribe. Come back, and I thank you for spending some time with me. For I am Uriel Zahriel, here to present a new idea to change your perspectives and you looking in within yourself and making you a better you and a better tomorrow. Have a blessed day, beasties.